So Foodsave, we're what's called a food redistribution organisation. So we take food that is perfectly usable from businesses, mostly supermarkets, restaurants, and also from individuals, and we give it away for free to anyone who needs it. We don't ask any questions. Absolutely anybody can come down. We're all about stopping food from going in the bin, and it's all the food we give away is perfectly usable, perfectly eatable, and it's all free for the community.
But you've done it for how long?
Obviously, we've been running for 3 years now. So we started in November 2020, right in the peak of the COVID pandemic, which saw many supermarkets throwing away tons upon tons of food across the UK. In the UK alone, 13.7 million tonnes of food was thrown in the bin in 2020. So we set up to try and bridge the gap between food insecurity, so people needing food for free, and stopping it from going in the bin.
And in what part of Britain are you?
So we're down in the southwest of England, right down on the bottom peninsula in a town called Honiton, based in East Devon. We also run in a number of the surrounding villages, and we're expanding quite quickly to cover the nearby city of Exeter as well. So it's sort of a part of the county of Devon.
Yeah, it's an excellent idea to not waste useful food. But what is your impression of the need for free food in England?
It's quite high. The cost of living at the moment in England is the highest in any country in Europe, and there's a lot that could be said about food policy nationally as well. You look at other countries, for example France, which legislates that businesses have to redistribute their food to community organisations. In the UK we don't have that. All of it is very much run by charities and organisations who want to do it, and fridges like this, although they are open to everyone, 63% of users across the UK that use fridges like this are in direct food need. So we are helping people at the same time as stopping food from going in the bin.
But that should be a government issue, shouldn't it?
It should be, in my opinion. Obviously, it's not the opinion of my organisation, but sort of government policy over the last 10, 20 years has dictated that this is how it goes. There are obviously various different ways that the government supports us, so various different sub-governmental bodies and local authorities, so councils, give us some funding as well. So a lot of the work we do is funded, and we work in partnership with councils and local authorities, but it is very much emphasised sort of on us as communities to put it together.
But you work voluntarily?
Yes, we're all volunteers.
So how do you make a living? I mean, how do you...
I have two part-time jobs. So I work sort of part-time jobs while setting this up. Foodsave is sort of rapidly growing and expanding, and we've got a really sort of good team of volunteers at the moment. Who knows where it'll go? A lot of organisations like ours pay staff. That may be the case in the future. We may be able to pay people, but as it stands at the moment, we are all volunteers. I do it for the love of it.
And all these social problems that you noticed, is there any end to these problems?
I hope so. The cost of living has really affected people dearly in the UK. Obviously COVID has not helped. Supply chain issues across not only Europe but the world with various different food items is not helping at all with those prices. But at the same time, there are things that governments can do, and obviously there's a general election coming up within the next year. We'll see what the next government puts forward in terms of policies to help people out.
But anyway, which government you have, it will be one you've seen before.
Absolutely. I think there's things that can be said about either government. I won't go into political parties, sort of my opinions on them, but I think whatever government comes in needs to put some emphasis on helping us as community organisations to do the work that we do, to stop food waste across the UK, and also to help people out. It's hitting two birds with one stone, as we say in the UK.